We want to help you, Mr. Valentine. My brother and I run a privately funded program to rehabilitate culturally disadvantaged people. We'd like to supply you with a home of your own, a car, a generous bank account, and employment with our company. But there's a catch. You'll have to listen to Thrive Loud with Lou Diamond.
A third of the people love you, a third don't care about you, and a third hate you. So you concentrate on the third that love you and you go for it.
I think the greatest Achilles heel for leaders is they don't give themselves time to think.
So my journey is one of those, like there are a lot of detours. There's a lot of going off on the side roads.
Thrive Out listeners, you're in for a treat. We're here with Jamal Mashburn, Jesse Itzler, the John Maxwell, Jackie the Joke Man Martling, New York Rangers great Mike Richter, Lisa Lampanelli, Mary Carrillo.
Oh, how nice.
I'm actually going through the practice of being an entrepreneur.
Pick yourself up, brush yourself off, and thrive loud.
Get ready to thrive loud with Lou Diamond.
I love it.
Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Thrive Loud with Lou Diamond, connecting you to the most inspiring and amazing people who are thriving each and every day. I'm your host, Lou Diamond. Today on Thrive Loud, we have the head of communication at SEMrush. He has been with SEMrush, SEMrush for those who are spelling at home, since the very beginning, and he's built its all-star marketing team. He's speaking at 50-plus top conferences worldwide each year and specializes in B2B search marketing, e-commerce, influencer marketing, helping to train marketing best practices across the globe. Thrive Loud listeners, Fernando Angulo. Fernando, how are you today?
Oh, I'm very good. Thank you, Lou. It's really great to be here today.
We're really excited because Fernando is coming to us from Prague, Czech Republic. And it's late at night over there, and it's kind of late in the afternoon over here. So we're the last thing he does before he goes to sleep tonight.
Oh, yes. It's going to be a really good day.
For those of you who aren't familiar with SEMrush, I'll make a comment that I was involved in one of their 24-hour amazing conferences last year, and it was a total blast, and that's how I got to be familiar with the whole SEMrush crew. But I think our listeners would love to learn more about it and hear about some of the incredible specifics of the things that Fernando knows. So Fernando, can you do me a favor? Bring our audience up to speed. Share a little bit about what SEMrush is all about and specifically where you focus most of your work.
Definitely. Well, basically, if you have a website, if you are working online, if you are willing to increase your online visibility, you will need to use some tools in order to attract more users, to have more attention of your audience. So for doing that, you will need to using tools like SEMrush. We are working everything related to search engine optimization, content marketing, social media, and of course, all powered by competitors' intelligence. So if you want to increase your online visibility, you need to use tools like SEMrush. That's the thing. That's the main platform that we are building. And of course, I've been working for the company for around 9 years right now. And I'm in charge of the communications team. That means that I'm working with different strategies to attract, engage, and action all our influencers, social media communities, and of course, I'm doing a lot of public speaking as well.
So I want to hit the real nail right on the head, right out of the gate, Fernando, because the term social media influencers has such a big meaning today. I mean, you have very famous people who obviously, have a presence in social media. You have those that are thought leaders that are providing their network. You have people that, let's just say for the lack of a better word, or maybe they're models or an Instagram model, whatever it might be. It's a huge universe out there, and numbers and attraction and marketing. What I think our listeners would love to know is what's really important. What makes a really good marketing game plan for influencer marketers out there?
Well, as you mentioned, there are different factors. The ones that we are focusing on right now are basically brand loyalty, and of course, brand awareness. Those two for influencers who are cooperating with a brand are key in order to build this huge community that we have. Actually, from the beginning of our department, we started working with about only 200 influencers, and that's 8 years ago. Right now, we have a database of 2,000 influencers from around 40 countries, and the number is just increasing. So we try to build a community, and that community is basically formed by influencers, local influencers. We're not working with Instagrammers in a general way. So we are not getting celebrities because our field, digital marketing. So we need to have experts, we need to have practitioners, we need to have as well other brands, and those are the ones who are guiding the conversation, who are starting discussions online. So we want to attract them, and we want to be part of their live community style.
Fernando, can you give me an example of maybe an influencer that's doing a not so good job and one that's doing an excellent job in their best ways of digital marketing and communicating to their audience? Maybe, or it could be an innovative job of what they're doing that's a little bit different. I want to hear some of your thoughts of what you're seeing in the space today.
Of course, bad practices for influencers in our in our industry. For example, an influencer who is doing really bad job is the one who is first buying likes, buying followers. They're still there, you know. There are a lot of people who are still doing that, doing the no follow strategy, just to inflate their numbers. So that's the first bad case. Just having an audience because of the sake of the numbers, but not actually interacting with them. The opposite case here will be to have at least a couple of let's say in Twitter, a couple of tweet messages per day, a couple of conversations in different social networks. So it's basically starting a conversation or following a conversation. If you are an influencer, you need to be there supporting or starting conversations. That's going to be the top one, at least for us. If a person has a small number of followers, let's say 1,000. If you have 1,000, you are already an influencer in our industry, but you need to check there your engagement rate, how many people are getting the things that you are sharing. So let's say if you have 1,000 people and only 100 are reacting to the tweets that you are publishing, that means that your engagement rate is around 1%, right? Oh, 10%. Yeah,
10%. I think 10% would be pretty good.
Yeah, 10% is fantastic because the numbers are actually 2%, 3%. That's the average per industry, but 10% will be just amazing. So the best practice here will be if you have a community, if you have at least 1,000 people, and those are interacting with their message that you are publishing, that's going to be a good sign that you are doing a good job.
Okay, so here's a real question, because no matter what job you do, a lot of people are fighting against something that they cannot control. And as you know, this is an algorithm. So with so many influencers and so many people overlapping in specific space, there's only a certain amount of time and a amount of ways that you can actually see everything. So that becomes a big challenge, right? Because someone could have a great article and they send it out specifically to their audience. They want their audience to engage and communicate, and they do, but not everybody gets a chance to see or interact with it because they're fighting just trying to feed what other algorithms are there. That's always changing. What's your thoughts on all this? Because like I have a big theory, like, hey, you write an article and only 20 people see it, but 15 of them end up engaging and they end up being your client. That's the greatest social media campaign I've ever heard. So it isn't about volume for me. It's about the ability to target exactly who your audience is. But how do you fight that so that everyone can at least try to see you so you can increase your engagement with others?
Well, that's actually the ultimate goal to have the 100% engagement rate, the 100% visibility rate. But I believe that's very hard to do, difficult to do in some cases, very, I would say, impossible to do, because people, they are looking for different stuff. People, they just want to have more of their own stuff out there. And the number of needs, the number of opinions are quite different for everyone. So the right way to do things here, when you're outreaching someone, or when you're sharing, for example, a blog post to your audience, is that as you mentioned, to target very well. So you need to have all the information. You need to make a research. First, who are your audience? Who's your audience? Who are your users? What are their interests? So building that buyer persona, building that specifically who is receiving, who is going to be consuming the content that you're producing, and just having your small notes. So these guys are going more for SEO news. So these guys are going more for content marketing news. So these guys well, inside of the SEO, these guys are technical SEO. So these guys are most on the offline SEO. So you need to have your own details, your own research. This, of course, is time consuming, but when you're doing your targeting, you're going to be using only the information that you're going to be providing to your users, only the information that they really need, and that's really important for them. Actually, right now, when we are doing outreaching, we are only taking 20 influencers per week, because and we are 4 people in the team of influencers. So you are writing beautiful letters, really personalized, and you have 5 influencers. Well, each member of the team, they have 5 influencers per week. So you can actually create a conversation with 5 people per week. That's something that you can definitely do. But all the research that you need to work that is behind the curtains, of course, that's time consuming.
Yeah. I was going to ask this question because I'm curious. You speak about a lot of topics, and you speak to all these different companies about all of the areas about how we can better market ourselves. What's the thing that they ask to hear from you the most? What's the topic that they say, hey, we need Fernando. We want to hear what he's going to speak about. What we would love you to speak about this. What's this for you?
Oh, yes. Actually, during the last year, in 2019, the main topic was feature snippet optimizations and how that ties with voice search. That's basically a part of content marketing. So I was speaking basically how you need to build your content in order to get to earn a feature snippet result, right? That's the first topic. Creating content for Google and for users. The second one is basically related to influencer marketing, all the strategies that I'm following these days.
Okay. As a leader in your company and helping to market the team and manage the team, you guys have been doing a great job. SEMrush has been around for a while. You are a leader in the space, and you guys are always doing well. And you seem like a guy that's always kicking on all cylinders, Fernando. So my question to you is this. On those days when you're not quite thriving, when you're a little off your game, what practice do you seek, or what individual do you seek out to get yourself back on the thriving track?
Well, actually, this is a new practice for me. When a normal week in my life, before all the situation that we're living today, that everybody's facing today, I was doing 3 countries per week, 5 conferences per week. So it was a lot of traveling, a lot of conferences, and I really needed to have at least 48 hours just for me, just for myself, to be not connected to anything. But that was not possible. Right now, I'm having that. At least 4 hours per week. I'm going just because all of us, we were in quarantine. I went to my car. I just closed the door there, and I just grabbed some paper and a pen, and I was writing the things that I want to do, what I'm thinking right now. So I was just organizing all my thoughts, the things that I want to study. So just having time 4 hours or more than 1 hour, because 1 hour is just not enough. You can organize better your thoughts, your life, actually in a professional way or in a personal way. You just need to have that time. That's the main thing that I was doing at least for the last 6 weeks, starting from beginning of March. Oh my God, we're in June right now. Yeah, no, there's gonna be already 3 months. Yeah.
Fernando, I got to share this in the 500 some odd interviews on Thrive Loud and the other, I don't know, 300 interviews I've done on other programs as a host and interviewer. No one has ever said the way that they thrive is they go into their car and close the door and grab a pencil and start writing things down. So I'd like to thank you for being unique.
Yeah, that's very easy to do, right?
It was definitely that only could be you. And now I will never forget it. So whenever I want to find some alone time and go in the car, I'm going to say I'm doing the Fernando way. So
yeah, nice. That sounds good.
You've branded your hashtag Fernando car writing is now going to be trending everywhere in social media. I look forward to tagging this episode with it.
Yeah, I really wanted to say go to a park, but at that time we were in quarantine, so there was no place to go out. So your car was the perfect place.
Priceless, priceless, and we're glad to hear things are for the listeners out there. At the time we're recording this, early June, things are picking up in the Czech Republic. So we're glad to hear all that over there. Let's do this, Fernando. Share with the listeners all the places people can find you, social media links. For you, for SEMrush, we will put it all in the show notes. However, it always gets more engagement, as you know, when you hear it from you.
So definitely you can find me on any social media with my name, Fernando, surname Angulo, Twitter, LinkedIn, even I have a TikTok account. So wherever you want to find me, you have my name or surname, Fernando Angulo, or you can just ping me a message on f.angulo@semrush.com. That's my email, and we can stay in touch.
Which is your social media medium of choice with all the different platforms out there? Which is the one you use more often than not?
Actually, it's Twitter.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm really fan of Twitter. I'm receiving messages there, and the second one is LinkedIn, basically.
All right, interesting. It's interesting. Like I find how some people get into one way more than another, and then they stick with it. All right, so we're going to permission to enter Fun Street, if I could, Fernando, with you, because I know you love to have fun. Doing all these social media stuff. Not that we haven't been having fun already. So if you could share with the listeners right now, what's your all-time favorite movie?
Interstellar.
Okay. Why is Interstellar a movie that connects with you?
I really love the science behind that movie. I really love the father and daughter relationship because I have two daughters.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really into all the scenes when the father is, Matthew McConaughey is talking with his daughter, how she needs to prepare for the upcoming situation and how he's not aware about the uncertainty of the events that are coming. So it's just beautiful.
I the one part of the movie that always gets me, and I still don't understand it because there's that overlapping of time and the way that he fell back and through I'm still confused.
How many times you saw that movie?
I've seen the movie at least 3 times. I saw it once in the theater. I saw it twice on either cable or pay-per-view of some sort. And that entire scene of trying to come back, I would need to watch it like 5 or 6 more times so I can get it. Because I think it's
definitely
great, but it's just
confusing. Actually, I went to the movie to see Interstellar in the movies 6 times, and at home at least 3 more times. I read the book. So when you are comparing all those sources, so yeah, definitely. But 3 times is just not enough for Interstellar.
Not enough. You're right. I'm gonna need to watch it again.
Yep.
Fernando, do you like music?
Oh, yes, a lot.
Okay. Do you have a certain song or jam that you like to play? Not when you're sitting in your car stuck in COVID, having to write some notes, but when you want to like lift yourself up or elevate yourself or work out or move. Is there some song that's more favorite right now that may be like a song that you like to listen to?
Oh, yes. Actually, in the mornings or when I need to just lift up, I'm hearing this song by Phil Collins. I don't remember the name of the song. Another Day in the Paradise. Yes.
Another Day in Paradise. All right.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
I like how
you
worked yourself through that. That would be like a great, if this was a game show, you'd be able to figure out what it was. All right. Another Day in Paradise. That's a good one. Definitely haven't had that one in a while. All right. So now I want to hit you on one of these things from an influencer marketing point of view. What's coming next? And that, I mean, is what's going to be the next way? Like you just mentioned that you have a TikTok account, and during COVID, I might add, I went on to TikTok. I haven't posted anything on there, but I got incredibly entertained by watching all of these families do dances or whatever it might have been and fun things that people were doing. What's the next thing that's coming that maybe you have a little purview to, or thing that might get more busy in the next few months as people are starting to look at other ways that they can influence?
Well, in our field, in influencer marketing, depending, of course, in the industry. So if you are in the health industry or in the automotive industry, real estate industry, or in the general digital marketing industry, the next big thing, I believe, is building more personal conversation. So it's not going to be that important that you have 1,000 followers, but if you have 100 and you can be connected with those 100, that is going to be really important. It's not going to be that important if you have 100,000, but how you are really connected with them, not only in one single platform, but also in their real life. So real offline communication, because we are not having that for the last 4 months at least. No offline events, no offline contact. Actually, I need to ask you this. When was the last time you hugged someone?
It's so funny you say that, because we've been joking about that over here in the States, that each state has their own stage that they're at as they're coming back to normal. And at the date of our recording, New York State finally reopened up into stage 1. And stage 2 is non-essential retail is opening up, like you can get your hair cut. Stage 3 is another one forward. Stage 4, like you can get your nails done, like a nail salon or something like that.
Yeah.
But I said, what stage is hugging allowed? I am totally with you. When is the chance that you can go out, give a bro hug or a real meaningful hug to anybody? And no one has given me the clear answer to when that is yet. But yes, aside from my immediate family members, I am incredibly in need of a hug. So, Fernando, when that stage opens up, here's the deal. If it opens up in the Czech Republic before it does over here, which probably will happen, I'm hopping on a plane and I'm going to give you a hug. Well, is that okay?
Oh, fantastic. You're going to be my first hug. Yeah.
Dude, I look forward to hugging anybody, and especially you at this point, because I agree with you. It is so important to connect in real life. All these ways of connecting virtually are wonderful in keeping us sane, but we all are craving connection, and I could not think of another way to end this show. But Fernando, thank you for sharing your wisdom, your brilliance, your ideas. Continue to be the master connector that you are, an influencer marketing guru. And I'm really glad that I got a chance to have you on Thrive Loud.
Same to you, Lou. Thank you very much for having me. I enjoyed this a lot.
You got it, man. And to all our listeners out there, thank you for joining us. And until next time, keep thriving onward and upward. And remember, be brief, be bright, be gone.
You've been listening to Thrive Loud with your host, Lou Diamond. Check us out on the web at thriveloud.com. Follow us on Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube at Thrive Loud. Check us out on the Good Pods app at Thrive Loud, where you can follow, listen, and connect directly to Lou and all of the Thrive Loud episodes. Thanks for listening.